Chaos broke out outside a Miami club when Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis clashed in a heated face-off. Punches were thrown, harsh words flew, and careers hung in the balance. It all kicked off when Davis crossed the line, taking personal shots at Crawford and his family. He didn't stop there. He even mocked Crawford's pursuit of a fight with Canelo Alvarez. This rivalry had been brewing for months, but last night, it exploded in the most dramatic way possible. Here's how it all unfolded. Picture this, a wild Miami night buzzing with celebrities and sports stars at the city's hottest club. Among the VIPs were Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis, both looking to unwind after their recent fights. Initially, they kept to their own sections, but as the night went on, their paths inevitably crossed. Witnesses say tensions flared when Davis approached Crawford, clearly spoiling for a confrontation. What began as playful banter quickly took a nasty turn as Davis hurled personal insults. Not just at Crawford, but at his family as well. The disrespect was brutal, with Davis openly mocking Crawford's loved ones in front of everyone. The scene was tense, and the fallout was explosive. Terence Crawford, usually known for keeping his cool, tried to brush it off at first. But when Gervonta Davis started taking shots at Crawford's pursuit of a fight with Canelo Alvarez, things got heated fast. Davis laughed and taunted him, saying, "Canelo doesn't even care about you, man. You're just chasing a payday." That was the last straw. The tension hit a boiling point, and the situation spiraled out of control.
With you and Terence Crawford, it would be one of the biggest in boxing.
We're not talking about yet about the fight. Me and Chronicles know each other, and then we wanna see what happens.
And when do you want to get out next? I know you're here in London tonight. When are you going to be in a camp? When are you going to be in a camp? I know you're
in camp, training camp in March.
Okay, so
at the beginning of the middle of the February.
That was the breaking point for Crawford. In a split second, he snapped, lunging at Davis and throwing a punch that caught everyone off guard. Security rushed in to break it up, but by then the club had already erupted into chaos. People were screaming, cameras were flashing, and the whole place was in complete disarray. It was a moment nobody will forget anytime soon, and not for the right reasons. If you've been keeping up with the boxing world, you know this clash was a long time coming. The tension between Crawford and Davis had been brewing for months, fueled by a series of social media jabs and heated interviews. It all started when Crawford threw shade at Davis for not getting an invite to Turkey Alex's exclusive Ring Awards bash in London, a jab that didn't sit well with Davis. Never one to stay quiet, Davis fired back, accusing Crawford of chasing paychecks instead of true greatness, especially with his controversial decision to challenge Canelo.
What changed? We're making trash. If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, we'll wait.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done for boxing since you were since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford and Leonard LB usually they're around to
You might be getting low for it,
The insults kept flying, each one sharper than the last. This feud had already been making headlines, but no one expected it to explode into a full-blown fight. Until now.
Just won his debut at 154. Said if the money's right, we'll fight. Everybody wants that fight. What do you feel about that matchup? People saying the weight, all this stuff. How do you feel about that?
You know, everybody wants to fight me. Everybody calling me out and everything. And you know, like I say, I have nothing to win with Crawford. 2-3 weights class less than me. But if the money is right, why not? Why not? But look, I'm focused 100% on Berlanga. I know I have a challenge in front. I never overlook any fighter. So I'm focused 100% in this, and then we...
Now let's dive into the whole Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez situation. The very thing Davis used to clown Crawford about. Crawford's decision to move up to 168 pounds and challenge Canelo for his unified super middleweight titles has sparked a lot of mixed reactions.
Terence Crawford was Turkey Alex at the other event across town, put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turkey Alex calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
On one hand, some see it as a bold move, a chance for Crawford to cement his legacy by taking on one of the biggest names in the sport. On the other hand, critics argue he's just chasing a payday with little chance of actually beating Canelo.
You say, I want Canelo. Is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this? It's a big boy. He's strong. It's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you will whoop his ass. Like, yes, man. Type stuff.
I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magnet.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stone.
Davis didn't hold back on this one. He flat out mocked Crawford for thinking Canelo even cares about him or this fight. Canelo's got bigger fish to fry, Davis reportedly said. He doesn't even know you exist, and you're out here begging for a fight like it's your retirement plan.
As a metal shield, if you have a glass
glass shield, talk about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to test it, man?
You gonna see? You gonna see?
Could he get it in the future?
Too early.
I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
See, okay. What about everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Could you ever do that? Is that too much weight? Or?
What, 168?
Yeah. Right.
So you got Canelo winning them, right? And
He fighting that once.
The truth is, many people are calling the Crawford versus Canelo fight nothing more than a circus match, set up more for entertainment than actual sporting value.
My friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo. Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring. I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't count.
Boxing experts and analysts argue that Crawford should earn his shot by facing top contenders at 168 first, instead of getting a direct pass to Canelo. Davis's taunt hit a nerve, and that's what ultimately pushed Crawford over the edge.
Is that career defining? Is this a legacy fight for you?
Well, when I got shot, for me to change my life the way that I did and stop hanging out with the guys that I hung out with, my career started going up. And yes, this is a legacy fight for me. This is a mega fight. This is a superstar fight. This is all those in one. With me and Errol Spence Jr. A lot of people, they writing me off because they say, oh, well, he's too small, or he haven't fought nobody like Errol Spence, or his resume is this, or his resume that. There's a lot of things that a lot of people can say, but on July 29th, all the answers to everybody's questions.
Fans went absolutely wild when news of the Crawford-Davis brawl broke. Social media lit up like a Christmas tree, with hashtags like Shark Club Chaos, Crawford v. Davis, and Boxing Drama, trending instantly. Many fans sided with Crawford, saying Davis went too far by bringing his family into it. Others think this is just classic Tank, stirring the pot to keep himself in the headlines as he nears retirement. And let's be real, Davis isn't just throwing hands for fun. He's building hype, and it's definitely working.
We're trash. What changed? We made this shit trash. Garbage. If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything? Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby usually they're around to?
Think you might be gaining love for it though. Never know, but
But here's the kicker. Davis isn't stopping with Crawford. Word on the street is that he's in talks for a massive rematch with Ryan Garcia. And we're not just talking about any fight. This is rumored to be a jaw-dropping $150 million deal, backed by none other than Turkey Al Lake, the same guy funding some of boxing's biggest spectacles.
Fight Ryan again. If they're not on some host, I text that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it. Knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them to send that bag, and I'm coming. And I'm,
The Turkey's involvement isn't just about the money. It's about bringing that big show energy to every fight he touches. He's the mastermind behind these crossover bouts and super fights, And right now, he's got a hand in both Crawford's and Davis's latest moves.
Johnny Boy Boxing Fight Hype. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Terence Crawford? What do we think about Terence Crawford's performance, and do you want to get a fight with him?
If the money is right, I mean,
$100 million. I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
under 50.
150?
Fans are buzzing about how Turkey's influence is reshaping the sport, turning every fight into a blockbuster event. Whether it's Crawford chasing Canelo or Tank fueling his rivalries, it all feels like part of a bigger plan to dominate headlines and keep fans glued to their screens. And with Davis looking to go out with a bang, you can bet we're in for some serious fireworks before he hangs up the gloves.
No, that's 2 more weight classes. Like, once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. So I think if anything, Canelo will try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he's still got that kind of steam. But, there's so many components that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo had, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another. You know what I mean? We tried to do that with Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, and we'll see how that panned out.
So what does this mean for Crawford and Davis moving forward? For Crawford, this incident could have serious consequences. He's got a massive fight with Canelo lined up, and the last thing he needs is this kind of off-ring drama. Promoters and sponsors won't be thrilled about their fighter making headlines for a street brawl, and it could even put the fight at risk.
I don't want boxing more. I want to do therapy, right? But I feel as though if I do therapy, it will lose the fire that I have inside me. I want everything out of me so I don't never think about fighting again. I don't think about even getting angry. You know what I mean? Because I have 2 girls, 2 daughters. I'm wanting to be much softer. You know what I mean? Be more humble.
Davis, on the other hand, has been hinting at retirement for a while now, and this incident might push him even closer to calling it quits. He's got one last fight lined up against Lamont Roach at the Barclays Center, and there's buzz about a potential blockbuster bout with Keyshawn Davis. But this brawl could cast a shadow over his final moments in the sport.
They talking. They talking, but you know how it's gonna get. You know how it's gonna get. And I promise you, you better leave them home. You better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother. Now watch this. Now watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago?
You know how when they told you said how like I supposed to fought Lomachenko, right? And like how he said like he was retired and things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like what he talking that sparked the plug again.
Yeah, that's all it takes for you? Is that all it takes? Just a little comment? Nah, but that's what I want, though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you going out.
Always go like this. Always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you're going out. I don't want you to feel like you're going out.
Both fighters could face fines or suspensions from boxing commissions, and the court of public opinion is already weighing in heavily. It's a messy situation, and the repercussions could be significant for both men.
Thanks for saying that he wants you, things like that. Does that stuff just sound crazy, or just like I'm supposed to be called out?
When you look at all the great fighters, they was being called out by everybody from different weight classes. So it's nothing, that I'm not surprised about.
A tank would be something that he said he'll touch your chin and
man, everybody say, you know, what they'll do, you know, but Tank is in his weight class for a reason, and I don't see him come up to 147 facing, you know.
Just speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he'd be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes, you know, daring to be great.
You a fighter.
And tell him come up there.
You gotta come to 154.
He said I got a glass chin. So tell him come and touch it.
Oh, wow. Devontae said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make him 147.
Ooh, see, oh man.
You have a free
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on Lil.
Just imagine the hype if Crawford and Davis decided to settle their beef in the ring. It would be one of the most talked about fights in recent history, and fans would be glued to their screens. While there are logistical challenges to making this fight happen, there's no denying the demand is there. So what happens next? Will Crawford and Davis face consequences for their actions? Could this heated altercation actually turn into a sanctioned fight? And how will it impact their careers and legacies moving forward? There are still plenty of unanswered questions, and the boxing world is eagerly waiting for more updates. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Whether it's in the ring or on the streets, Crawford and Davis clearly have unfinished business. We'll be keeping a close eye on what happens next, so stay tuned for all the latest updates. What do you think about this wild incident? Are you Team Crawford or Team Davis? Do you think this beef will turn into an official fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on the latest boxing drama. I'll catch you in the next one.